Hello, everybody. This is Audi. I'm owner and operator of Modern Retro Radio. And even though we're on the Vintage Impersonators YouTube channel, I don't know if he's my guest or if I'm his guest, but we're going to have a conversation about James Brown. And I think your subscribers need to hear you really speak on some things. So we're going to talk about some serious stuff, some fun stuff. We're going to watch a couple of clips. I have a guitar right here. I might play a riff or two. You got your guitar?
Yes, I do.
All right. Now, I interviewed you on my station recently, so I already know. But for those who don't know, tell everybody about when you first got turned on. Your mom turned you into a fan, right?
Yeah. As far back as I can remember, like maybe the age of 3, 4. Get Up Off of That Thing was one of my first songs I was introduced to, and really honestly from age 3 up until now, I've just been into James Brown. Like as far as the music goes, dancing pretty much started for me like around 2017, 2018.
Oh man, I just noticed your T-shirt. Holy crap, that's cool. I like that.
Oh yeah.
The pompadour.
It was very appropriate. Yep.
But I'm subscribed to about 2 or 3 James Brown tribute artist channels, and they do a competent job of selling the image of James Brown and with the look and the dancing. But no one is as precise at nailing James Brown's movements the way you do. Especially the 69, 68, 69, 1970 era of James Brown. As I told you when I interviewed you on the station, if I just took my hand and covered up your head, it looks like James Brown. I mean, you even the cues. I mean, it's like, and I thought maybe you had a photographic memory of how you memorized his moves.
Honestly, it's just I spend the twilight hours studying these concert videos. I guess you could say it's like a photographic memory. However, it's like I do like to incorporate how I would interpret, his dancing. So it's like I'm combining both elements to it. Sometimes I do
it's
follow
almost like
what
you're not interpreting but channeling it.
Channeling. That's better description. Yep. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. And you're even now, I've noticed it. You've done. I made a comment on one of your recent uploads. You did one of the James Brown's microphones, where you do a spin and you catch the microphone stand. You do a split.
Yeah,
but
that's one of my favorites.
And I couldn't believe it because I made one request for you to do. It's too funky in here. The Toronto '79 version, and then I said, after that, I want to see him do Eyesight. Which was live in '79, and you did it, and I couldn't believe it. You know what's so funny about that live video of Eyesight? I bought that on VHS a long time ago, and I didn't know this concert existed. In fact, it was recorded, but it was never issued at the time anywhere. They filmed it, but nothing was ever done with it until it was released in the '90s.
Right.
And so I looked at the track list. Eyesight is not listed in the credits in the VHS. So I put it in. I mean, I knew that I would like Body Heat and like Sex Machine and all that. But then when he came up for the encore for Eyesight, I was blown away because I'm a big fan of James Brown's later '70s stuff because it's so underappreciated. And so when I saw Eyesight, I thought, oh my God, so how did that song make your way to your radar?
For me, it just was one of those jams where how like when you first hear a James Brown record, it is just like, I mean, they're all like that, but how it just like strikes you in the chord. You're like, oh man, I got to put this on repeat. I love that one, and obviously, I'm truly captivated by the sound of Jimmy Nolan's guitar playing, which I believe that's who I hear in the beginning.
Yeah, Jimmy was. Yep, that was. Yep, that was Jimmy. Yep.
Because he has a very distinctive sound with his chicken scratch and all that, and it's like just that element of Jimmy Nolan and the overall just sound. It's like it resonates with your soul. The energy, the power behind it. It was just like, yep, we're putting this on the favorites list. So.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, but you went all the way. You got the 79 hair, the vest, the shirtless look with no vest, and I mean, you really sold it. You really sold it.
I appreciate that.
There's one move that James Brown did in the bridge of that I haven't seen any of the tribute artists do yet, and it looks really difficult. Remember when there's a point where they go to the bridge, and they're singing Bootsy's Wind Me Up with it, on the eyesight. There's a trick that James Brown where he backs up like really fast, like backwards, and he does it again. That's a hard one. I can't even imagine how anyone can duplicate that one. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, is it the because I'm not gonna lie, when you've been doing this as long as I have, and over so many times, there's so many different moves that just
well, you know what,
in and out of your head.
I'm gonna I have that concert up, so why don't we just go to it?
Please refresh my memory, because I have there's so many dance steps.
I wish that I had put the Brave browser on this, because these YouTube ads, I can't stand them. Okay. I can't stand it. Okay. I worked it in. Why not? All right. So I'm going to share the screen here, and then you'll see what I'm talking about here. Present. Share screen. Okay. We want that one. Excuse me. Okay, so let me know. Okay, it's coming up here. It's coming up. Right there.
Yeah.
Whoa!
Yes. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yes.
That is crazy. So that's one that I haven't seen anybody do yet. But you did everything else that he did in that video for the most part,
Yeah, that move is really I think when you're I think it's easiest to do when you're really in the moment,
Okay.
I mean, at least I can't speak for everybody, but it's especially like when you're in that groove and you feel that you just do it,
Man. All right.
Yeah.
Well, you're such a big fan of Jimmy Nolan. You got your guitar with you?
Yes, she is right
Give
here.
us some Jimmy Nolan. Anything of your choosing.
Gotcha.
And while you're getting ready, what I'm sure you know this riff that In Vogue sampled for their song "My Lovin'." Can you hear me?
Yes.
So that's from the Payback,
Oh.
Were you aware that they sampled the Payback for "My Lovin'"? Never Gonna Get It.
I don't think I was.
Yep. Now you know. So the next time you hear that, you're gonna go, "Wow, how did I miss that?"
You know what's funny? This was a few years back. I was listening to "That's the Way Love Goes" by Janet Jackson. I was like, is that the guitar riff from "Papa Don't Take No Mess"?
That is exactly it. Yep.
I remember when I first realized that, I was like,
Yeah, she sampled a lot of funk stuff. Her song "Rhythm Nation" sampled Sly and the Family Stones. Let's see, dun, what is it? Thank you for letting me be myself. Yeah. So, yeah, definitely a lot of funk there. All right. So, what treat? Give us a treat.
Okay. Let's see. Let me check my tone here. Give me a minute. Oh.
That sounds a little bit like doing it to death there.
Oh yeah.
Do you know who gave James Brown that title? Because he often said it. It was an expression used by a principal band leader, musical director in James Brown's camp. It was Fred Wesley. He used to say, "Man, they doing it to death." So that's where that came from. But of course, everybody knows it as
Well,
funky
I did not
good.
know that.
Yeah. See, this is why
Yeah.
things have
Oh wow. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Let me. Woo! See,
Now,
I've been
there's
playing
another-
all day as well, so my fingers are like.
Oh, that's okay.
They're like burnt. We're not.
Now, there's another guitar riff, and there's a counterpart, and it's an F, right?
I believe
So
so.
while you're doing there's a.
Yeah. I think Jimmy Nolan's the one that's actually doing that.
Yeah. Okay. Well, give us something else. Let's see what else you're working on.
Got you. Let's see. I love working with tones. Sometimes it feels like I do more, adjusting of the volume and the tone rather than playing.
Man, I heard one of your original. I saw on Instagram. I was just going through. I was like just binge watching your stuff, and it was one where you had announced that you're going to be doing a whole bunch of originals and covers, and you were just playing. And I think it was an original, and so you were definitely going to be a badass guitarist one day, because you really see. I'm more of a chord kind of guy. I'm more into chords and solo, but you're like riffs. You can come up with riffs.
Yeah.
And that is a great skill. That is a great skill.
You know what's funny? I used to I'm still kind of feel that way. I used to when I first started playing guitar, I started out like trying to like teach myself single note riffs and then try to learn chords and all that. So I still love riffs and all that, and you're right. That makes so much sense. I'm a riff guy.
You're a riff guy. Own it, embrace it, love it. All right. Let's see. Play a James Brown riff of a song from the period that I like, which is like that 77 to 1979 period. You know any of those songs? Like, for goodness sakes, take a look at those cakes, or Give Me Some Skin, or The Spank.
I know. Well, let's see.
It's too funky in here.
Give me some skin.
Oh, wow! Oh, I bow to thee. Whoa.
Don't do that. We don't do that here.
You are officially my new best friend. I cannot believe that. Wow! All right,
I love that one. Yeah, I love
a little more. Sorry.
No, you're good. You're good. I wasn't expecting that.
Dude, I never even tried to play that ever in my life.
It's fun. Yeah. Put it on someday and just jam out. It's fun to play, actually.
Yeah, for James Brown fans who may have forgotten that song was kind of an R&B hit in like either 77 or 78. It's called Give Me Some Skin, and I mean it's really bottom heavy, great bass line, and it's just not appreciated enough. But it's one of all time. It's one of his best. Yeah. But because of all the Earth, Wind and Fire and Ozzy Brothers and Shaka, they were getting all in Commodores, Cameo. That James Brown hit kind of got missed, but it's as good as all the other stuff that was going on at the time. Wow. Wow. Play a little bit more of that.
Oh, yeah.
I wasn't expecting.
I was going to actually play one of my favorite ones, obviously, which is There's a Time. So.
Oh.
This is my little version of it.
Okay.
Yes.
Wow. Okay. Well, let's see. Well, I did the payback, that. And I'm trying to think, and I did hot pants for you when we did our earlier interview, but I'm sure you already stole Doing the Death from me. So let's see. But no, give me some skin. You win the award, man. You win the internet today.
Thanks.
For damn sure. All right, you got another one you want to impress me with?
Let me see.
Oh, do you know Lick and Stick? Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, I love that Play It Live album. I love it.
I love the bass line. See if I got it right. See.
Yeah, that sounds just like the studio version. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, that was spot on.
You know what? I was playing in D. I think it's actually an E flat. Anyway.
Okay. Yeah.
Man, we got to make a record.
Work. I mean, that's funky. Yes.
Get to Nashville. Let's record a record and release it. For damn sure.
Let's go.
All right.
For everybody listening, remember that.
Yeah, we can do it. It can be done. All right. I texted you the other day. One of the things I wanted to talk about, and I know that a lot of James Brown fans share this frustration. I appreciate whatever video of James Brown there is out there. I appreciate it all. But one of the things that gets on my last nerve is when, first of all, there should always be, if you're going to film a James Brown concert, there needs to be at least one camera that has a panoramic view of the whole stage, because you never know when James Brown is going to get down. He was very stream of consciousness. He did a ballad with Aretha Franklin in the 80s, and it was a slow ballad, and he just felt like doing a split during the ballad. I mean, so you have to be ready, with James Brown. Now, here are two moments where James Brown does his thing, and for whatever reason, the director, because people get mad at the camera operator, but it's the director who takes the shot and tells the camera operator what to do. So this is from that same show in '79 in Monterey, California. It's the first song, Get Up Off of That Thing. James Brown does his first split, but this is what happens here. Let me... I'm back! Am I sharing here? I'm back! Okay. Hang on here. There we go. Now, as you can see, he's doing his thing, right? But he's going to do the first horn break, and this is what happens. I could have skipped ahead a little bit, but it's coming up here. Hang on. All right, here it comes. They zoom in as he does the split. And and James Brown was not a young man there at the time,
That's how it makes you feel. Yeah. That's how it makes you feel.
Here's another one. Here's another one. This is from 1981. And at the time when James Brown played the Montreux Festival, it was a really big deal. And his career was really back on the upswing here. So here he is. He's doing his Papa's Got a Brand New Bag medley. And this is what happens here. Oh, wait. Hang on, let me back it up. Let me go back one. Why did they do this?
Yeah.
Why? And there's plenty more.
Yeah.
Plenty more.
Man. Well, one of the ones that really infuriates me is was it the Mike Douglas show? He was performing There Was a Time, and when he goes into the dance sequence, it just goes into this full unnecessary visual editing.
That psychedelic crap.
Yes. Yeah, I'm like,
that psychedelic where it's like a negative. Yes, I totally get it. Yep. I know what you're talking about. You're right. It's the Mike Douglas show. I know.
Yeah, I don't think why is this necessary? It pisses me off.
I think it was Cold Sweat. Now that I think about it,
like why?
I think it was Cold Sweat. Yep, I know. Let me see if I can find that. Hang on.
It's been a minute to look at that clip. Yeah, let's watch that. It's been a minute anyway since I probably because it makes me mad every time I do watch it.
All right, let's see if I can get my hands on it. Yep, this is it. Right here.
Oh man.
Hang on.
Oh, let me take a sip of
water.
Watch
this, folks. All right. Can you see it?
Yeah.
What is this? It's like I don't need to have a quasi LSD acid experience to watch James Brown. James Brown is the show. Yes. James Brown didn't need help.
No. Hell no.
I want to see him get down.
Yeah.
Gosh. Yeah. Makes you want to cry, doesn't it? And on top of that, not only and they're zoomed in on top of that. They're zoomed in, So, but we've been bitching a little bit. So now,
make you want to go back in time.
We love James Brown. That's why we're saying all this. What is on your wish list for the estate of James Brown to release? Footage that we know they're sitting on, but we don't have an official release, either audio or video or both. I've got about 2 or 3.
Let me hear yours first, because I feel like we might be on the same page.
Well, all right. We know for a fact that at least the 1973 Apollo shows were filmed. There's very low quality video of it on YouTube, and he does Down and Out in New York City. He does There It Is. He does I Got a Bag of My Own. And it's like, okay, clean up the footage, release this stuff,
please.
But the tippy top of my wish list, I've heard a bootleg of, as I told you before on the phone, of his 1974 Apollo shows. It's like nothing but funk.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, it's like Mind Power. Oh my goodness. Of course, Payback, Stone to the Bone. It's just all those songs that I had no idea that live versions existed. You know?
Oh man.
And they've released the Apollo for all the. They've released Apollo albums for all, many others. Why not his funkiest period? 1974 was the apex of James Brown at his funk best.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. What's a guy to do? The estate, they're getting better at it. Did you notice that all the Future Shock episodes vanished from YouTube? And
I did notice some. Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking
about.
So,
but on New Year's Eve, they aired a never before seen on YouTube episode of a New Year's Eve episode of Future Shock, and I watched it in the premiere, and I gave the channel a shout out for giving us something fresh. So I have a feeling they're working on getting all the Future Shocks on the official James Brown YouTube channel.
Please, please do. I really hope that they do what they need to do, because there's so much that needs to be seen, like especially for any upcoming James Brown fans, and like we need to see everything. I would love.
And I know that there's things like publishing and copyrights and stuff that have to be worked out.
Yeah.
But they need to get on it, because the official James Brown channel, they've been putting up stuff, but it's been like 99% stuff that we've all seen.
We've already seen, yeah.
Now, the 1988 Berlin show was never really one of my favorites, but the estate, they put up the full concert that was like the complete show. So that was nice, and it was a lot more to it,
Yeah.
But we've seen the 2004 London thing enough. But the 1998 Poland, we've seen that enough. It's time to get down with the get down.
Boy, yeah. I want to see. I want to know if they have because I'm like, come on now. There had to have been a camera somewhere recording all this, but I would love to see footage, if there's like any footage from the Live at Home album from Augusta.
Oh, if there's film of it.
Yeah. I that is honestly one of my favorite concerts to listen to. I think I listen to it daily.
Wow.
Honestly.
And that got reissued on vinyl about 2 or 3 years ago, which was nice. But is there film?
Yeah, there's I just open up the vault. Damn it.
Thank you. I know. It makes me cussing mad too, Yeah. I don't know. A year from now, we're gonna play this video again, and we're gonna see if any of our wish lists have come to fruition.
I'm counting down as of this very second that I'm genuinely gonna go ahead and start a list of anything that I see that's being released and be like, yep, okay, there's that. Then we'll look back and we'll count everything off and be like, oh, okay, they actually did really good this time,
Well, what I would love is a deluxe. I want a deluxe release of the entire 1974 Apollo show, all the shows, because usually he would do 3 or 4 nights or something like that, But 74 is the top of my list, because I want to hear My Thing, I want to hear Payback, I want to hear Stone to the Bone, I want to hear Mind Power, and I'm forgetting others. I got Ants in My Pants and I Need to Dance. Just really, really, really good stuff. But
Yes.
here's something I want to throw at you. Have you ever heard the 1995 Apollo live album?
Ooh, wait.
It was he, and I'm asking for a specific reason.
Maybe I might. I don't. We'll just say no for now. I might have.
Let me see if it's even on YouTube here. Let's see. Uh,
'Cause you know me. If it's on there, I will listen to the whole damn thing tonight.
Now let me and don't let me forget why I'm bringing up this specific project.
Gotcha.
I don't think it's it was released on CD
Oh, okay.
at one point, and I used to have it, but uh, it's not my favorite because for one thing, it's supposed to be a live album, but yet "Living in America" is clearly the studio version. And
Mm.
then during "Make It Funky," Al Sharpton comes out and runs his big mouth. And well, I used to like Al Sharpton, but I don't like him anymore. I think James Brown will be a little bit disappointed with Reverend Al, but we'll save that for another day. I'll tell you off the air. Okay.
Respect that. I
Anyway,
respect it.
yeah. Oh no, no. At one time, Al Sharpton was a man. I mean, the guy got stabbed. I mean, he's no punk, but I just think now he's become a tool for the establishment, and it's very, very disappointing. So anyway, but at one point you hear James Brown. You can tell he gets off the mic and he's dancing, and then he gets back on the mic and the crowd is cheering, and he says, "I know some of y'all out there don't think I can still do that." And he says it again. He says, "I know some of y'all out there think I still can't do that." And I'm thinking, did he do a split in 1995?
I want to see that. God, why? I want to see that.
I am blowing your mind today, I see.
Yeah, I want to see that.
Well,
oh man,
I guess I need to get on Amazon, but there was a live album but I don't think it's been digitally released since the YouTube era. But
okay.
I used to have it on CD. It's Live at Apollo. I think it's Volume 4 is what it's called, or it's either Volume 4 or Volume 5. And it's his engagement at the Apollo. It was either 1995 or 1996, but I think it's 1995. But I can't remember what the song is, but he's singing, and then he gets off the mic, and you hear the crowd roar, and he says, he says twice, "I know some of y'all out there don't think I can still do that." What did he do?
Wow.
I think it was a split.
Oh man, that sounds like it to me.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I've got to lay my eyes on that.
All right. Well, I'm full of these things with James Brown. Now I want to ask you something about how you do the mashed potato and all that stuff. The only time that I try to dance like James Brown in the privacy of my apartment, where, but
no judgment.
I don't know how you do it. You must have like a special sliding kind of shoes because I don't know how you do it in shoes, because I can only do it, with no shoes on. But I guess you have to have a really slippery floor and really slick shoes, or?
Well, basically, so in the mornings I eat bacon every morning, and so then I take the grease and I just put it on the bottom. No, I'm playing. I don't. No. No. Well, the thing is with this this carpet. I mean, it's at this point it's been kind
so you're
of
doing this on carpet?
Yeah. I mean, I've done carpet, concrete. I can do it with socks on. I've done it barefoot. Barefoot is a little bit more, but.
Well, see, that's the only way that I can do the slide in the mashed potatoes. I mean, I can't do anything like you, but
Well, here's the thing. Obviously, the more slick the surface is, the better. Okay. I think because I do it on this carpet so much. If I'm on concrete or like a wooden floor, it's over with. It's over with because there's like a lot of resistance, obviously, dancing on carpet. So
so when you do the knee drop, do you tape up your knees or put like knee pads on or anything like that?
I don't wear knee pads for that. And I am like considered because like I want to be obviously careful. Yeah, I know, because I'm like, that's why I don't do it that much, to be completely honest with you. But
the reason
once I get knee pads,
James Brown's knees were a mess when he got old. He would roll up his pants leg and he would show people how battered his knees were from doing that. So
no,
I
don't want to do that. That's why I'm like, no, let me not do it as much. Let's get some knee pads first, and we'll go from there. But I'll do it up here, but like if I'm doing a show like on concrete or like a wooden stage, I limit that a whole lot. So
well, you remember I told you when I interviewed Damon Wood when his book came out, and my radio station, we did a promotion for the book, and I got to ask him, to confirm when was the last confirmed known James Brown split.
Yeah.
And it was the year 2000 at Brixton Academy. Now he did the split, and actually Keith Jenkins told me this too. And one of I think he was one of the later Soul Generals. I think they called him Mousy. I think he's the one that also said, he said he saw James Brown do the split around that time, assisted and unassisted. So there were a couple of times where he did it, he got down, but somebody had to help him back up. But there are times when he did it and he did need help as well. So I want footage of that too.
Yes. That I definitely want to see. Wow. Okay. And you said 2000?
That score. Oh, and speaking of that, there's something that I want to show you.
Yeah.
It's one of James Brown's signature moves, and he did it at Woodstock '99, and it was so effortless. And you would have thought it was 1965. I want you to hang on one second. It's Funk on a Roll at Woodstock.
I remember that concert.
Hang on.
Not in. I remember it as in I was there. I was. What month of '99 was Woodstock?
July '99 was the summer of. I'm just going to get past this ad, and I want everybody to see James Brown doing a move that he really didn't do too much later in life. So it was great to see him doing it, but it's so funky. Hang on here. Going to solo here. All right. I am going to share the screen again because you got to see this, brother. And don't get mad at me about that Al Sharpton thing. I got a big mouth, so.
You're good.
Okay, this is during Jeff Watkins, the ninth wonder of the world, during his guitar solo. And all right, so
wait,
it's coming up. Stand by.
Okay.
Right there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about? Let's back it up.
Yeah.
That's my favorite part of this performance. And Funk on a Roll was his current single at the time as well. So let's back it up.
Yeah.
Isn't that awesome? Isn't that awesome?
I don't know how I missed it because I've watched that concert. I don't know how the hell I missed that part. I would have gone ballistic. Wow.
Well, you were
Okay,
probably
thank
distracted by all the bare boobs in the audience. It's a lot of bare boobs in that crowd for that show. So,
Oh Lord,
yeah,
that's crazy.
I love that. But yeah, and right after Funk on a Roll, they went to Jimi Hendrix, Foxy Lady, and the place went insane, as you know. So, and I mean, like really insane. It was great. It was great.
Yeah.
It was great. So another thing that you and I talked about, the 71 Paris shows. So it was recorded professionally and it was going to be a live album, but Bootsy and all them left before it could be released. So it sat in the vaults for until the early 90s. So it got released on CD and it's a great live album. But the film that we've all seen is not that same show. So it looks like he did two shows. So because I was hoping that they could take the audio from the CD and just sync it with the film.
Yeah.
So was only one show filmed and only one show audio recorded? That's what I want to know. And it drives me crazy.
Yeah.
Because the audio, I've got it on DVD, but the audio is kind of, you know.
Not good. Yeah.
But it's a great show. I mean, it's still awesome. I mean, James Brown was Soul Brother #1, unquestionably, you know.
I want to know who's in charge so I can just like personally email them, be like, what are you doing? You know?
Well, you know what? We probably need to post a link of this discussion when we get it on YouTube. We need to post a link on the official James Brown page and say, hey, we have some serious questions and we want answers.
Please. You know? Yeah, not just us, but like so many.
No, not so please. Many. Not please, 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 please. You know.
Yes.
Yeah.
Please.
Oh man. Please. Okay. Well. So, but you know, to the estate of James Brown, if your ears are listening, it's looking like you guys are starting to give us what we want in terms of video, because usually when a bunch of stuff disappears off of YouTube, that means that the estate has got something planned, you know. But as far as album releases, the top of my list is the 1974 Apollo shows, and then and I want the film of the 73 Apollo shows. You know.
Yes. And I back that up too. In case y'all are listening, please, please, please.
Oh, and when you did Eyesight in your tribute performance, I noticed that James Brown did that little move that Michael Jackson did a lot during the Jacksons, where he puts one foot behind the other, and you know, because James Brown learned that, and I'm sure he was doing Michael Jackson for that, you know.
I love that move a lot. I even like to incorporate it in my own style of dancing, or you know, if I'm choreographing, just like as a you know, to pay homage, you know. So it's one of my favorite dance steps.
Okay, so if we record a record, I want you to do some live vocals. So I want you to start doing some ear training, vocal training, drink some hot tea with lemon and honey, get the cobwebs out of your throat, and then we need to find what your range is, and let's make a record, man. And I work very fast.
Yeah, is everyone hearing me? He's putting me on the spot.
I sure am. I sure am.
No, yeah, no, you're right. I ain't mad at you. It makes sense to do that, because I just mentioned that some of the few great people that are in my family, one of the founding members of the Ink Spots, my grandmother's first cousin, Jerry Daniels, and then my grandfather's cousin is actually Flo Garvin. So it runs the family, as well. So, and my grandmother, she was an accomplished soloist. So, yes.
So you come from a line of talent. So when your family sees you dance, I mean, are they just blown away?
Yeah, I appreciate my family very much.
I mean, it's obvious that
They're
your mom is a big
always,
fan, just based on what you told me. I have a feeling that your mom is your biggest fan out there.
she is. She didn't even know that I was that I was honestly doing this like way back when I was like in my room dancing to like even just Michael Jackson, and like learning his choreography. She didn't even know until like I started like dancing at like, when I was in summer camp, and the kids would be like, "Hey, your son's a real good dancer." She's like, "What?"
Yeah,
And
you're an exceptional dancer.
yeah,
And you know what? I want to say something in defense of Michael Jackson, because I don't think a lot of people know this. There are a lot of people who still believe those allegations about him. And I want people to watch a documentary that I watched. And if you watch it, not only will it doesn't just make you question the allegations, it completely exonerates Michael Jackson. I believe it's called Leaving Neverland Part Two.
I
And
think
it's a
that's yeah.
British journalist. It's a phone call with a British journalist being interviewed, and he chronicles both trials in infinite detail. And and I'm telling you, it completely clears Michael Jackson's good name. He was not a predator; he was a child protector, and they
Mhm.
went after him for that. And there are people who, there were a lot of parents who used their children to exploit Michael Jackson's generosity.
Right.
And but
Yeah.
I'm telling you, I'll look it up, but I believe it's called Leaving Neverland Part Two. I did remember it being like a two, because there was like a Netflix thing or something, but they did Leaving Neverland Part Two, which gives the full detail. And it's a British journalist, young guy, and he goes through every detail. And in the second case, for example, Chris Tucker warned Michael Jackson about the person who ended up being an accuser, because Chris Tucker knew that they were trying to exploit Michael Jackson's generosity. So Michael Jackson cut him off, and it came out in the trial. Well, why are you so mad at Michael Jackson? And he even said it's because he cut off the relationship. So I mean, and the first case, it was all bullshit. The second case was also bullshit. And I am happy to share that if you watch that documentary, it just wipes the slate clean, and it completely exonerates Michael Jackson, which, because everybody loves Michael Jackson, you know, and no one wants to believe something like that. And so
Mhm.
if you want to have your mindset at ease, watch that documentary. I promise you, it will blow you away.
Yes. Watch it, people.
Yep. I'll send it to you if you haven't watched it. All right.
I have not.
Okay. Well, if there's any lingering doubts in your mind, that video or that documentary will wipe it
Oh yeah,
away.
I never had any doubts in the first place. 'Cause I
Oh,
know
all right. Okay.
that ain't Mike. That ain't
Thank
Mike. Y'all hearing it from me. That ain't Mike. You're not gonna feed me the negative bullshit about him. It
you.
ain't
Yep.
him.
Yep. No, Michael Jackson definitely knew how to work the system. He knew the industry was very cutthroat, and he played the game better than a lot of them. And that's another reason they hated him. Like he said in
Yeah.
that 2002 or 2001 speech, when he talked about how Tommy Mottola was a devil, but yet he left the label owning half of it. You know, I mean, Michael Jackson was very, 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 very smart. And I'm also a big Paul McCartney fan. And so for a long time, I didn't like I wasn't supposed to like Michael Jackson because the Beatles he bought the Beatles catalog, but it was up for the taking. And Michael Jackson told Paul, "Hey, it's business. It's business."
Hmm.
Paul McCartney and the Beatles, they signed a terrible deal when they got their deal, and John Lennon and Paul McCartney didn't own their own songs. Is that Michael Jackson's fault? That would be a no. So, speaking of Michael Jackson and James Brown, What do you think about that BET appearance in 2003 when Michael Jackson surprises James Brown?
I love that so much. I just love the moment when Mr. Brown is bowing and then he looks up to see Michael. That moment just really warms my heart so much. I love it.
And he danced, and it was like he hadn't quit dancing. Hey, it was amazing because he hadn't toured in a while at that point.
Yeah.
And he got on the mic and he only said 2 words, so funky, but it showed that he still had his voice. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And
it was
I just wish somebody would just loop that whole thing into like a 5-minute track, because that's all we need,
That'd be awesome. Somebody please do that, actually.
Yeah. Jay, I cannot tell you what a thrill it is, because there weren't too many people that I can talk like this about James Brown with. So,
thank you for being here.
Well,
this was awesome.
Yeah, I want you to shout out the station from time to time, and I'd like to be an unofficial sponsor, and I would like to do occasional promotions with the station and you, that'll help. But just friend to friend, I would love to make a record with you. I might even make some little demos or something, just some guide tracks just to give you some ideas. But you are the riff king. I can tell you've probably got a million riffs in you, and I could probably learn something from you.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. I honestly might even, after this call, turn the amp on and just brainstorm some stuff. So,
well, can you just play something in the moment, inspiration?
Right now.
Yes, sir. Just anything.
Yeah. Let me. Yeah, I can definitely do something on the spot. I mean, why not? Let's see.
Hey, I'll build it up. I'm James Brown. Ladies and gentlemen, this is one of the finest guitar players in the nation. He's a brother from another mother. He is the 10th wonder of the world. I'm the 8th, and the JBs are the 8th. Jeff Watkins is the 9th. This is the 10th. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for this soul brother, Jay, the vintage entertainer. Okay, that hurts my voice.
Wait. Let me turn it up. After all that, the volume wasn't where I wanted it to be.
Well, you know what? You know the album version of Sex Machine where James Brown's like, I'm ready to get him to do my thing. And he says, wait a minute, hold up. Let me move this in together here so I can do my thing. Well, if James Brown can do that, then you can pause. Okay. And I got another trivia question for you before you play. Yeah. So, there was the single Sex Machine or Get Up, I Feel Like Being a Sex Machine. That was a big hit. Mm-hmm. That was never released on an album until like 71 or 70 or 71. But you notice it was studio, but it was a different version. Do you know why? You're not going to get it. But the reason is because he left King Records and he signed with Polydor, but King owned the master of the hit version. So James Brown re-recorded it to release it on an album when he got on Polydor.
Oh, okay.
So, and if I got that wrong, I'm sure somebody will point it out in the comments.
I'll keep a lookout, and then I'll be like, hey,
sorry.
Okay, yeah, let's see. All right, here we go.
All right. I love it.
I didn't even realize you had your guitar out.
Not quite.
Yeah. I love the acoustic, by the way.
Well, I do what I can. I got an electric, but you probably have a better taste in electric guitars than I do.
Yeah, I mean, not as an insult. No. I didn't mean it like that. I didn't mean it like that.
I know.
I love, so I play a Telecaster, and actually my first guitar was a copy of a Stratocaster. I think it's down in the living room right now. Because I bought that off of Amazon several years ago. And I got this one, but my ideal guitar is probably it would have to be an Epiphone 335.
Okay.
Yeah.
I used to have an Epiphone Casino. Yeah.
Ooh. Yeah.
A long time ago.
Anytime I go into Guitar Center, I go because I usually have to get strings or play around in the drum department. I go straight to the hollow bodies and I sit there, and usually one of the guys at the counter, he'll look at me and just hold up a cord and be like, "Yep, let me plug myself in." I love it. Yes.
Oh man, that's awesome. Okay. Well, let's see. Did we get everything off our chest for now with James Brown as far as our wish list and all that?
Release the footage. Release everything, please. I'm just putting that out.
But if you think about how long it took them to bury the guy, I don't know. It just seems like they don't. Seems like they take their time with everything. Yes, I have a crass sense of humor, folks. I don't mean disrespect, but it's a fact, So it's seems like they just aren't in a hurry to do anything.
It definitely seems that way. I just need them to, we're in a brand new year. Let's get things rolling, and so we can see the stuff. That's I want to see everything.
Oh, are you friends or acquainted with any of the other James Brown tribute artists out there?
You know what? I actually spoke to Tony Wilson.
Oh wow. Yeah, he's
years back.
I consider him famous. Yeah, I know who he is. Yeah. He's worked with James Brown's band members and shows in Europe.
Yeah, I think he just recently, was it last year? I think he just recently did I think it was a tribute to the Boston 1968 show. I believe I think that's what he did just recently.
Well, see, what I like about you though is that I even like your haircut because when James Brown cut his hair and he went natural in 68, 69. That's what, and you do his moves at that period. So that's what helps you. That really helps, plus I think it looks good, so I think that's the look for you,
yeah.
But I still think you're better than all the others because the movements, again, if you cover up your head, it looks like it's James Brown. And I'm subscribed to another guy. I think his name is Larry Willett, and he's loved to cover my comments. And he's good. He's very entertaining. But no one nails it like you do.
Oh, I really appreciate that. Thank you.
All right. Well, folks, this probably won't be the last time we do something like this. And I really enjoy this. This is awesome. This is really awesome.
Absolutely.
Okay, we'll have to do I think the next time we should do like a watch along of something, just like watch a full performance or something and just make comments along the way or whatever. So, but check out that Funk on the Roll from Woodstock '99. I love. In fact, let's just end on that. Let's just watch that one more time.
Yeah,
because it's so awesome.
Please,
it is so awesome. Oh, hang on, I don't know what I'm doing here. Hang on here. Present. Let's share it again. we are going to share Funk on a Roll because it's just so awesome. All righty. Can you see it?
Yeah.
Awesome. I mean, isn't it awesome seeing that?
It don't get no better than that.
Fantastic.
It don't get no better than that. I love him.
Yep. And I believe he was like 65. I think he was 65 right there or something like that.
Okay.
You know, so
Beautiful.
all right. Well, I'm going to discontinue the recording and then we'll have our parting words. But
All righty.
thanks for letting me be a guest on your channel. And
Hey,
folks, I own Martin Retro Radio. I ran an interview with him. And he's going, oh, you're going to be doing a James Brown special. You're going to do a James Brown special where you're going to play whatever James Brown songs you want and introduce the songs. And so stay tuned for that, folks. You know,
stay tuned. I'm looking forward to it.
All right, folks. Later.
All right. See you, everybody.